Hello, good morning. I am doing a small video about self-adhesives sticky back plastic, which you can buy from most DIY shops. Even places like Poundland and B&M do it now. I have used this product in the past before, but mainly only for small craft type projects, such as, sticking on the back of books or anything, that I'm not really worried about the durability of the item. Now, as you can see from this pattern, it's what I would class as irises. It is a stylized image. And with this pattern, if I just zoom out a little, you can see that the pattern, it goes horizontally as opposed to vertically. So when you do look at buying a roll of sticky back plastic, which if I gently zoom down and show you the sorry about any product placement, the length of it, I would say it's just over a ruler width in actual length when in the roll itself, and then you can cut it to as long as you like. This piece that I've actually put on the wall here is about 30 centimetres, I believe. No, sorry, 35. Yeah, I would say it's over 30 centimetres, but it's not exactly a metre. I'm not very good at maths, so one of the things that I would advise anyone to do is look at the size of the roll when you get it. Most of them are going to be a standard size, just like with wrapping paper, for example. You may get a metre of the roll for £1.99, for example. So as you can see, I've managed to gingerly put the roll on the wall. Now, I've not measured it as long as I would have liked. The reason for this is because I've had to readjust where I place the actual sticky back plastic. Originally, I wanted it to go from the plug socket to just where the toaster is at a push. But what I noticed was when I was trying to place the plastic on the wall, you need more than one pair of hands unless you are an expert in doing something like this, because as you actually peel off the backing, which if I can quickly show you on the back here, it does actually pull away, and when you come to cut it, there are guidelines, so it gives you an idea of, so that's like 35, which is where I cut it up to, so I know that is 35 centimetres, I believe, maybe a little bit over. So when you're trying to peel it off, it can be quite problematic. Now, let's just get this back into focus. If the pattern, again, was not horizontal, but vertical, I may have found it a little bit more easier to lay the plastic on my own. But because I've not gone from ceiling to floor, I have gone across, I did actually find it quite tricky. The other two issues you're obviously going to have if you do decide to use a pattern like this is matching up the pattern. So whether or not you're going to pick a pattern that goes horizontally or vertically on your wall or on any surface that you look at covering, one of the things you've got to bear in mind is trying to match up the image so that it doesn't look too obvious that there is actually a join there. So with myself, I mean, if I was to rate this product out of 10, I would say I'd give it about a 9. I mean, I like the image. It's covered up a multitude of sins. It's in my kitchen. I don't know what the durability of this is actually going to be. I'll see how it goes over the next couple of weeks. The other thing is, sorry about this, my kettle, is I actually, when I managed to get the plastic off, I did find it a little bit more easier to put it onto the wall. Again, obviously it's not where I would have liked it to have been, which would have been over here, but there's nothing I can really do about that, because what I found was when I was actually putting it on the wall was that I was trying to use the tiles as a guideline, but unfortunately the rendering, if that's what you call it, around the tiles isn't level. Either that or the wall is probably out due to the age of the building. So, I mean, these are things that you're going to have to factor in and take into consideration, whether, you know, when you're trying to put wallpaper or anything onto a wall. The whole idea of me putting this on here is it's saved me time to paint. So again, for the sake of $1.99, which I probably could have used to buy a tin of emulsion, within a matter of a couple of minutes, this went onto the wall. Like I said, it was a little bit difficult to put on. You want to make sure that when you put it on, that you do it in stages, that you're careful. That sort of motion, you always see people do that on TV. To get it to stick, make sure there's no air bubbles. And the other thing is that if, say, my landlord decided he didn't want it on the wall, that's how quickly it can just be removed. So my only prevention of putting this on is, if it's that quick to remove by hand, how long is it going to take before it starts wanting to come off under its own, you know, body weight? I'm not sure what glue or adhesive they use on the back of these. It's probably some kind of animal-based product. Most sticky glue that is used in most industries is. So I'm going to see how this goes. Again, this was about a $1.99 product. I believe I got this from Wilkinson's. I'm hoping they still do the design. If they do, then, and I'm happy with this test strip that I've done, then I'll probably do the whole of the wall just to make it look a little bit more presentable. But I just thought, you know, before everybody starts rushing out, if they're looking at doing any DIY during COVID-19, that if I was to do a bit of a YouTube video just to basically show you the sort of things that you could do. I mean, like I said, this hasn't involved any paintbrushes or chemicals or nails or any, there's no damage to the property whatsoever by using this product. So make up your own mind. Like again, I'll do a follow-up in about 4 weeks time to see how this is doing. The other thing is, this is going to be a bit of a plug, is if you were not happy with the designs that are on the market, I will put some links onto the YouTube video. You could always design your own. There are a lot of companies out there now which enable you, and they're not all in China. There are a few in the UK and obviously within Europe and the US, where you can actually design your own wallpaper, your own stencils. Practically everything now can be personalised. So there are things like Woven Monkey and Spoonflower are two of the ones that I've used in the past. This is not my own design, I want to stress, but what I am looking at doing is, if I am happy with this kind of product, then is probably and potentially looking at designing some things for myself and then trying them out to see how good they are. Because I know with, I believe it's Spoonflower, one of the things they do is something very similar to this, which is basically a type of wallpaper in matte and gloss finish, which basically you peel the back off and put it on the wall, so you don't need any paste. So again, this is just a quick video about DIYing during COVID-19 using sticky back plastic, which you can get from most DIY stores, including Poundland, or alternatively you could look at buying from companies online like Woven Monkey and Spoonflower. So that's my little one. Thank you very much, and subscribe to my YouTube page for more videos in the future.